If you're in sales, I'm sure you've ran into a prospect in the past that gives you one-word answers. Or when you ask them questions, they don't really land. They don't really hit. They'll give you a vague answer. Why are you here? I want to make money. Why are you here? I want to get in shape. Whatever it might be, right? It's hard a lot of times for sales reps and closers to dig underneath the surface, especially with these cringy questions or, trying to tap into their emotional thing without having any structure, without having any predetermined way of crafting an actual curiosity-driven question. And that's what we're going to focus on today. This is going to be a short video, but I'm going to show you how you can craft your questions to dig underneath the surface anytime you're looking for your prospects' motivations, what they're looking to accomplish. So if you're a closer or sales rep, especially in the high ticket space, strap in, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good noise, and let's dive in. All right, so the power of precision in sales. You ever feel like your words just bounce off of potential clients or your prospects and you're using all the right scripts, but the deals aren't closing? But for whatever reason, you see a closer on your sales team who, with the same scripts, same leads, same prospects, is closing 2x to 3x the amount of deals than you are. Now, most people will chalk this up to either like talent or favoritism. There's politics in the sales team. Marketing is giving this person the better leads, and usually that's not the case, right? The real reason behind why true A players in sales will always outshine the mediocre ones because they have the power of precision anytime they communicate. So let's unlock why knowing exactly what you're saying, and more importantly, why you're saying it when you're saying it, is the key to sales success. So we'll dive deep into the art of crafting impactful sales conversations. We'll explore how to use precise language, understand the psychology behind buying decisions that your prospects make, and craft messages that resonate with your prospects just like the pro. So number one, from vague to value driven. And this is so underrated. The problem is most sales reps aren't trained enough to be able to use the scripts that they're given effectively, right? You have a sales manager that doesn't really know what he or she is doing. They'll take a script that someone else might have used effectively and they'll give it to this salesperson and expect insane results. And that's usually not how it goes. What's worse is some companies and business owners will just hand those new sales reps a generic features and benefit driven pitch deck, right? Just almost like a brochure to salespeople, and then again expecting amazing results. Generic sales pitches that focus on features and not specific client needs and desires will almost always bring mediocre, if not shitty results, right? Solution is, think of selling your service or product as a vacation. All right. If you were selling a vacation to the Bahamas, would you talk about Bahamas or would you talk about the flight to Bahamas? Right? Your prospect wants to get to the Bahamas. They don't really care how they get there. They don't really care about the flight. But if you yourself, you start going over how long the flight is, having to take a trip to the airport, the meals served on the flight, etc. Not only are you taking their mind off Bahamas, which is the end goal, the destination, you're going to make it tougher for them to even want to go to Bahamas, right? Now they're thinking they have to drive to the airport, wait a few hours, have terrible food, sit next to God knows who, so on and so forth. If you focus on just selling the vacation, just focusing on Bahamas, they couldn't care less how the flight will be or how long it will take. They know the flight will get them to their destination, period. So tailored messaging that clearly articulates the unique value proposition of your offer for that specific individual client is super important. So take your mind off of the features of your products or your service as a whole and focus on the end result, or again, quote unquote, destination your service and products provide for your clients. And the benefits of this is, number one, increased engagement, right? Clients feel understood and see how your solution addresses their specific challenges, not just as a whole. And then stronger relationships, building trust and credibility by demonstrating a genuine understanding of their specific needs and not just needs of your niche as a whole. Number two, beyond features, focus on benefits. And this is just to build on the last point here. The common mistake, again, is listing off features and functionalities without explaining how they translate into tangible benefits for that specific client. It does not matter what it is your product service can do in general. The only thing that matters is how your product or service can benefit that specific client. It's the only thing that matters to them. And I'll give you an example on the side. Take Advil, for example. If you've ever taken Advil, it's a pain reliever. And if you read the back tag of Advil, it'll say headaches, joint aches, stomach aches, knees, anything, like all types of pains, migraines. You don't need to have all those pains in order to purchase an Advil, right? All you need to have is one. And that is all Advil focuses on. If you have headache, here's our product. That's it. Our focus as a customer of Advil is we're only worried about what Advil can do for us. So have that same mentality in sales as anytime you're selling anything. The high impact approach is where you connect features and benefits to the specific outcome your client desires. Remember Advil and headache. If your client has a headache, give them the Advil and focus on how it's going to solve their headache. Don't focus on stomach ache, knee pain, or joints, or whatever else Advil does. I don't want to keep talking about Advil. I don't want to confuse you. Show them how your product service solves their problems and improves their lives. That's it. Always remember, sell them what they want, but also deliver to them what they need. And they might not know they need this, but just deliver that in addition to what they want. An implementation of this could be use clear and concise language that your prospects can easily understand. Too many times I hear sales reps trying to be, extra sophisticated, and this, believe it or not, harms your results more than anything else. Simplify as much as possible the point you're trying to get across. Okay, focus on the why behind each feature, explain how it benefits the client and solves their problem. Next is the psychology of powerful persuasion. I've done a video separately on this, but this is a missing piece as well. Understanding the emotional triggers and decision-making processes that influence buying decisions of your niche, of your avatar, of your clients. Persuasion isn't about manipulation, right? But about thorough understanding of what specifically your prospect wants and how you or your service or your product can help them get what they want. You've got to read between the lines when your prospect is responding to your questions during discovery. A lot of times it's not what they're saying, it's why they're saying it and how they're saying it. So the strategy here is you craft messages that resonate with your client's emotions and aspirations while addressing their logical concerns. Whether we like it or not, human beings are emotional buyers. Even some of us, myself included, that we like to think we're not emotional. We buy everything logically. That is not the case. To a certain extent, it might be a smaller one. We buy with emotion, but we do need to justify logically as to why we made that buying decision or why we made that purchase. So some actionable advice here is using storytelling and emotional appeals to connect with your prospects on a deeper level. And a side note here is an 8 Mile approach. If you've ever seen the Eminem movie 8 Mile, the last scene where he rattles off all the negatives his opponent could possibly bring up against him, doing this in a sales setting, it's almost like you're talking to their subconscious, right? It's almost like you're taking a page out of their personal diary. It takes the negatives, objections away from your prospects. You're addressing concerns that specific prospect has. So anticipate potential objections and address them with clear, logical explanations and back it up with evidence. All right. And that's it for this one. Hopefully you got a little bit of value out of this, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.